Mike Franzone, and this is Mike Franzone Ministries. 7 things that Rocky taught me about life. Who was Rocky? Well, Rocky was our golden retriever. Just shy of 11 years old, passed away this week. You know, hundreds of people responded to my Facebook and to my wife's Facebook post. So I want to thank all of you who responded. Thank you for your love, your kindness, and your care and concern. But man, he was an amazing dog. He was unique and a special dog. We had him for almost 11 years. He was our best friend. He was loved by our children, loved by our grandchildren. He was loved by family and friends and neighbors. And I want to share with you today on this video 7 things that Rocky taught me about life. Rocky was a noble dog. His grandparents were AKC champions, and we have a genealogy chart. He was from a lineage of champions as well. We got Rocky at 10 months. He was full of love, full of life, and sometimes full of vinegar. He loved to play, and even sometimes he was a little stinker as well. There's an old axiom that goes like this: a dog is a man's best friend, and that was certainly true with Rocky. I've had many, many dogs over the years. I had 2 Great Danes, 2 Labrador Retrievers. I had a Poodle, yes, and even a Cocker Spaniel. But Rocky was the best dog that I ever had. Best dog that we ever have. Now, don't say it too loud, because Rocky's best buddy, Renegade, is his protege, 4-year-old golden retriever. He's still with us. He might hear, and he brings us a lot of comfort as well. But you know, dogs, pets can all teach us something about ourselves. Teach us something about others. And if we will listen with our hearts, they will teach us about life. So I want to share with you today 7 things that Rocky taught me about life, and I hope it will profoundly change you like it changed me. The first thing Rocky taught me was this: get out and play. Don't take yourself so seriously. He loved stealing shoes and socks, but it was all play. He wasn't mean about it. He would tease you with the items in his mouth. He would move towards you, and then when you went to reach for it, he would turn his head a little bit, and he would go back and forth, just trying to tease you. But it was all play. He taught me, no, don't take myself so seriously. He loved jumping in the pool even when he wasn't supposed to. And toward the end of our walks, he would always find green grass, and he would roll around in there and lay on his back. And he just loved that. He loved treeing squirrels. He was a hunter. He got smart because sometimes he would tree the squirrel. The squirrel would go up at the tree, and he would back away and watch. And he knew that if he backed away, that squirrel eventually would come down, and he would go back after it again. He taught me that we need to learn to play. We don't need to take ourselves so seriously all the time. And in this politically correct America, we've all lost our sense of humor, haven't we? People are so uptight. We can't laugh. We can't tell a joke, because if we tell a joke, we might offend 101 groups, minorities, religions. Everybody is so uptight. We need to learn, let's not take ourselves so seriously. We might live longer. The second thing Rocky taught me was this: we need to learn from the past, but don't live in the past. Enjoy the now. Enjoy the moment. Rocky would stop and smell everything. Sometimes he would stop and just linger on that smell. I don't know about you, but I need to stop and smell the coffee sometimes. We need to be in the moment. And there are times when we could just linger in the moment. Just pull over and park. I probably walked Rocky, I was trying to figure out, over the 10.5 years, maybe over 8,000 miles, because I walked him almost every day. We walked almost 2 miles. But many times he would stop and just enjoy the moment. 4 years ago, Rocky almost died. Had a bad experience at the local dog hotel. Serious surgery saved his life. A few hard months were ahead, but he got better. And after all of this trauma, Rocky just kept moving forward. He left the past behind. You know, dogs don't dwell on the past. I know there are dogs that have been hurt and abused, and we see them at shelters and things like that. But you know what? It's we humans who feel sorry for them, but dogs don't dwell on the past. They learn, and they always move forward. Rocky taught me. His personality never changed. Out of all the trauma he's been through, he was still a Rocky boy. The third thing Rocky taught me about life was this: face life bravely. He was a sweet dog, but he never backed down. And if there was danger to him or to us, he never backed down. One time he faced down a crazy possum. One time he disposed of a wacky, dangerous raccoon. I've seen him protect my wife if he perceived any kind of danger. And when he faced death, he never flinched. He never quivered. He looked peaceful. And right before he passed, he raised his head, he looked at my wife in the eyes, and almost gave her a hug. And then he fell asleep. Face life bravely. Quit running from your problems. Quit running when everything gets hard. Face life bravely. What are the big issues and the turmoil and the problems that you're facing right now? Unforgiveness, bitterness, family, relationships, drugs, immorality, addiction, spiritual or emotional or financial things. My friend Rocky taught me, don't run from these things. Face them. Face life bravely. Well, number 5. Fifth thing my Rocky boy taught me was this: stay loyal to your friends. Stay loyal to your friends. Boy, the last 10.5 years have been filled with ups and downs. There were good times and there were bad times. I mean, we've seen children born, we've seen children die. Charles Dickens wrote in his famous book, A Tale of Two Cities, and it begins this way: it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. And so true, and that's the way life is sometimes. Sometimes it is the best of times, and sometimes it's the worst of times. But through all of the ups and downs, those 10.5 years, our Rocky was always there. He had a smile, he had a paw, he had a nuzzle, he had a lick. His mood never changed. His mood was always the same, and he was always loyal. He was a loyal, faithful friend. When life just sucked, you could always hug Rocky, and you would feel a million times better. He loved my wife, Lisa. Sometimes when he saw her and when she was going through a bad time, he would squint his eyes, show his teeth, and he would wiggle his butt. Some dogs would wiggle their tail. His whole back end would wiggle. But that's him, isn't it? He was a loyal friend. The sixth thing that Rocky taught me was this: take care of yourself. You know, isn't it amazing that Rocky knew when he needed sleep? Dogs know when they need sleep. Rocky knew when he needed water. He would drink. It's almost instinctively, he knew what his body needed. You know, all dogs are like that. But we're not like that, are we? We don't sleep when we need to sleep. We don't eat right. We don't drink right, okay? But in full disclosure, I will say this: Rocky had one vice. He loved pizza and cheeseburgers. I can't tell you the times that we had cheeseburgers or pizza on the table, all right, when the kids were growing up, that he would sneak in, jump up on the table, grab it, and run away. That was his only vice. But generally, Rocky knew how to take care of himself. He knew when he needed to sleep. He knew when he needed water. And when the kids were younger, you know, he was a little stinker then as well. So we always had to protect our kitchen and protect food. But when it was time to rest, he rested. You know, we burn the candle at both ends and we burn out, don't we? Your body, your life is a gift from God. So Rocky taught me: eat right, exercise, take care of yourself. And let me go a little farther with that. Read. Learn to relax. Learn to sleep. Watch your stress. Have a friend. Go to church, pray, read the Bible. Take care of yourself emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And the last thing that Rocky taught me was this, the last lesson. Learn to accept and let go. I don't think he knew he was dying. He was getting tired. He was falling asleep, staying asleep. But he had a calm acceptance of what was happening. He had to learn to let go. And we have to learn to let go. My wife and I, my kids, we had to learn to let go of Rocky. It was time. It was hard to accept. So very, very hard to let go. But learn to accept. Learn to let go. I mean, if you really think about it, there are a million applications here. And when I think about Rocky, 4 applications came up when I thought about letting go and how I saw him let go and how we had to let go when we learned that lesson. And when you let it go, it means several things. It means move past your mistakes. Move past your mistakes. You know, people want to keep punishing you for your past. Don't let them. You just forget the past and move past your mistakes and keep moving forward. Something else. Don't live in regret. Live in gratitude. You know, I could think of all through my mind all week long, I regretted this and that. You know, I should have done this for Rocky and I shouldn't have done that. You know, should I have done more? All of those things. But now I'm learning to live in gratitude. That God blessed us with a wonderful, wonderful friend. Something else we learned about letting go. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy your journey. Yes, we have goals and dreams and visions and all of those things. And we're going somewhere. We have a future. But don't let the end cloud the now. Enjoy the ride. Stop and smell the coffee. And the last thing is this. Let go of your hurt, your bitterness, and your unforgiveness. It only hurts you. Well, in life, we've all met people that we could say that they've changed my life. Well, we had a dog. We had a golden retriever named Rocky, who changed my life, who changed my wife's life, who changed our children and our grandchildren's life, who changed our life. We will never be the same. Thank you, Rocky. Goodbye, old friend.